Internet, and welcome to Tales of Terragia. I am your Dungeon Master and Cosmic Tour Guide, Nick Santana, and these are 6 prizes that I won at the local fair at the ring toss. Say hi, 6 random prizes.
Hi!
Hi!
I like the big cuddly monkey.
Yeah!
Again.
So fluffy!
I tried to sound like a toy.
I don't know what I was doing.
Thanks so much for joining us. Before we get started, real quick, just go and find at Tales of Terragia on pretty much any social media platform. I guarantee you it's probably us. And give us a like, give us a follow, or stalking, whatever what do you call it when you do the little heart. But in the meantime,
stalking, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what they call it. Yeah.
we welcome stalkers to the channel.
Poke?
To the channel. Last time, the second law was able to rescue Professor Veyron from the clutches of a nefarious vampire named Kuvo, seemingly seeking something called the Fragment of, I was going to say possibility, Fragment of Immortality, held by a collector of some sorts located out in the Feywild. He was able to get through using the back door that the Glitz and Glower had in the basement of the Lemon Drop Tavern. You do know that Kubo was able to escape to a location called the City Marmorial, a metropolitan city in the Feywild, or at least as close to one as they get. You return back to Prismari, strategizing, doing some research, getting a little prepared before venturing into the Fey, if that is indeed what you plan on doing. And with all that research and all that information and all that knowledge, you still have yet to make a decision! So, we will continue that decision making today. We'll pick up where we left off. I believe the second law, you just finished up your research in the Prismari Library and are going to pay Professor Veyron a visit in the infirmary. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Any business that you needed to attend to before that?
I did not put away my books. Just leave them on the
You're gonna get in trouble for that.
Just leaving behind is a giant mess of like books that were clearly casually thrown over your shoulder, caught by Nik-Nak, and then thrown over his shoulder. But crossing the Opus Ward, or the Opus Walk, portion of the school, you find yourself in the infirmary. Riz is tagging along with you, at least for the time being. When you get there and Riz kind of presents himself, they recognize him as the one who brought Professor Veyron into the infirmary and are able to kind of like... There's a few people working at the moment, all dressed in the same kind of... Not exactly similar to how Tem dresses, but they clearly are more clerical in terms of like what they do here. All of them seem to have a symbol of the Dawnfather on them. But they do take you back to the back area, a little curtained off portion where staff or teachers go if they're in recovery. And you do see Professor Veyron in a kind of small hospital bed, currently trying to like get an attendant to stop fussing over her and just trying to convince her that you can overhear a bit of the argument as you're approaching that Professor Veyron seems to believe that she's perfectly fine and capable of getting up, but the attendant is like, well, we do need to run a few more tests and keep you under observation. And as you kind of come in, the attendant kind of like breathes a sigh of relief and just like, can you please talk some sense into her? She is trying to up and leave and we're not through yet.
Oh, Professor, why don't we just like chat for a bit and let them finish whatever they're doing, and we'll go back to your room after.
See, as I said, I'm perfectly fine. And she kind of like shoos the attendant away, and she kind of huffs a little bit and leaves before turning around like, I will be back to check on her. In the meantime, please just try not to let her leave. We want to make sure that she's been thoroughly examined before just releasing her back into the school. Before the attendant kind of like leaves and closes the curtain.
No promises, Doc.
Professor Veyron just kind of like huffs, and she clearly is the patient who feels more like a prisoner in a hospital than anything else. But she's clearly like pouting a bit that she has to stay here. So I'm very glad that you all are back and safe and sound, and does not go back to that terrible place.
Oh, and it seems like you're feeling pretty well then?
I am perfectly fine.
Yeah, obviously.
I just don't understand why the incessant monitoring and need to. I'm clearly very well aware of my surroundings. I'm capable of controlling myself.
To be fair, we thought you were aware with all the vampire stuff.
And also, I was somewhat aware of my actions.
Does the school know that it was you who set the fight up in the...
She immediately kind of like looks around. No.
So we would want to keep it that way.
Preferably?
So tell us what you know.
Well, and obviously all that Anara means by that is that we're just curious what more you know about these fragments of immortality. I mean,
Well,
that vampire, he went into the Feywild to go after one of them.
Where is he
We
going?
want to try to stop him.
I know that he's going after a fragment of immortality. It is what he has said that he was trying to track down. I want to know he was going to track down whoever currently owns this fragment, a collector of some kind in the Feywild. He did not disclose that information to me.
But
Is she telling the truth? Can I tell?
Make this section.
Might as well.
50.
10.
Anara, you get the sense that she is not telling you everything,
She's
but
not lying.
but she's not outright lying. She's also not. She's omitting things, but it almost doesn't seem like an active choice for her. With that level of insight, I will say that maybe there's a reason that they have not released her just yet. That there might be concern that because Kugo and the vampire who placed her under the charm effect is not here, that does not mean the effect is gone. It may just mean that it is weaker without someone to like instruct her. But there's a chance that whatever mental like guide that she's been kind of placed into is still in effect, and she may not even be aware of it. But just you can
So
tell by
after-
the way
yeah.
she's speaking that she's.
So I kind of look over at the others and go, don't think she's telling us everything. But I don't know why. We need the truth from you, Professor.
Of course, I will provide it as much as I can.
Would you be
She's
willing
doing
to...
the best she can.
Would you be willing to allow our friend to compel it from you?
I mean, I've
To
had
help us.
enough people can control of my mind. I would like to keep that to a minimum.
Why don't we just keep talking and see?
That's
yeah.
of course understandable. We're just trying to make sure that any information that is available to us to understand what happened here today, we are able to verify.
Very well.
Would not want the other professors to find out.
Make an intimidation.
I'm really bad at that.
I think you already got her, Naruto. Don't worry. We good
That's,
how bad how this.
9.
You do you've been able to sort of you get a general reaction from her that you've kind of been able to verbally bully her a little bit, but not to the point where she's like, completely intimidated by you, but to the point where she definitely, you're able to kind of nudge and push her with not too much resistance. But she does kind of like nod. Very well, do whatever you need to do.
You're up 10.
Oh, okay. Again, we're not trying to coerce you here, but this is just trying to verify information that we really do desperately need.
Very well.
There may be information you don't even know that you have.
It's preposterous, but very well.
Okay. Then I will step up and I guess I'll ask everyone to kind of clear a space around the bed, so it's just going to be centered on her and like cover her little bed area since she's laying down still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I will take my staff and just kind of like draw it in a little like semicircle arc through the air, and you see just some light like concentric circles of thread kind of like whip up into a little what looks like spherical dome around her bed as I cast on a truth.
She chooses to fail. The saving throw.
Well, go ahead and ask them.
Only Tam would know.
Yes. You're
yeah, I
aware
would
who
say
she
like
chooses to fail.
okay, we're all set here.
It's on. Nice. Good job, 10.
Maybe there's some information she doesn't even know she has.
But I don't know if that would. I don't think
There's
this-
one other. If we still think that this didn't work,
Let's-
there's one other strategy I
try.
might be able to try. So let's just try this first.
Okay.
Under this spell, does Tam have to ask the questions, or is she?
I think it's just
It's just
yeah.
her
So
response.
You just like
we can
can't
just
speak.
go.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's just like a time thing, right? It's not like the 5 questions.
It's
of-
10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we just wanted to know if you knew any more about the fragments just in general. We weren't able to find anything in the library, and if it's, if one of them is a fragment of immortality, that must mean that there's other ones.
I only know of this fragment of immortality based on what Kuo told me. It's a piece of a larger whole that he and his employer are searching for, and he is aware that one is in the Feywild and under the control of whoever he is that he's seeking.
But you don't know anything about any of the other ones, or where they might be, or...
No, I've never heard of this before.
Do you know anything about who his employer is, or whether he is compelled by this employer to act, or whether he acts willingly?
He always says that there's a person in charge, a boss, but whenever he discusses them, it's as if he's speaking about a friend, a casual acquaintance, but he always refers to them as boss, as his employer, the higher ups, he says, but he's never mentioned a name.
And you've never met this person.
No, he's the only person only one of these people that I've ever met.
Do you know if he has any of the other fragments already? Or his boss, I guess?
I'm not sure. I don't think. I do not know.
Do you know if there are any other members of the gag on the other end of that portal?
Yeah, where does the portal go exactly? Do you know?
Oh yes, whenever I go through, it's a safe house of the Blitzing Cloud on the other side.
How many people are there typically?
It depends. I've only gone to 2 of the locations, to the Borough Grove and to the City Memorial. The Borough Grove is just a small shed. The door exits into a small shed that they use as a storehouse, I believe.
What does the Burrow Grove look like now?
The last time I was there, dark, lots of trees. There's bits of fighting happening between the Sealy and Unsealy courts there, but they typically use, my understanding is they use that forest as sort of a battleground when the Fae like to put conflict, as much as they love the conflict, they don't want to be in it, so they like to relocate the conflict to somewhere away from everyone else, so they usually if there is a fight or a battle that must happen between the city and uncity courts, they were sometimes orchestrated into Borough Grove.
And when you went through, were there guards or members of
Yes,
the
there's-
group on the other side?
Yes, when I went through the Borough Grove, there were 2 people there. When I went to the city memorial, there were 5.
Do you know of a secret way to get into the lemon drop and be like a VIP entrance anywhere?
I only know the way through the painting.
You'll still need to get over there because don't you need to help a friend that's sick there? Can you still maybe help us get through there too?
That was a lie that I made up in order to get the Glissenglow to allow me to use it.
Dang it!
I have no actual illness or family on the other side. That's
Well,
needs
I-
to be-
Really,
do-
this is good news.
I do
So we can just lie.
Yeah.
kind of have
Okay.
a question
That's
along
harmony.
those same lines, and it might be a little uncomfortable to think about, but or admit to. When you first met this man and became entangled with him, do you remember what exactly he did to exert control over you? When you look inside yourself, can you sense what magic is going on?
No, I don't sense any magic at all. He's just very sweet, charming, friendly, very, very friendly and jovial, and always in a good mood.
Hmm.
He put me at ease,
Hmm.
treated me nicely.
But he didn't do anything to you that you can remember?
I do not know.
Did you ever hear him talking or communicating to his boss, his employer?
Not directly to him. He's always talked about them. I've never seen him interact with them or heard him interact with them. He's always been sent by them or needs to get back to them.
Did he ever mention a location other than the city memorial or the Borough Grove where he went in the Feywild?
He only ever referred to it as home.
Hope.
Home. I need to return home. I need to get home to the boss and to get this information back to the boss. It's home. That's all he ever used.
And you think
I didn't
and
ask.
this was a place in the Feywild?
I do not know.
Do you have any? You seem fairly powerful. I mean, you're a professor. Do you have any way of locating where he is now?
I cannot on this plane. Once I am actually in the Feywild, my magic will be able to perhaps find him. I can't cast to another plane of existence. At least not the kind to locate him or see him. I also know that he is very good at avoiding being seen for being such a large, boisterous person. He's able to get around fairly unnoticed.
Does he change form?
I have seen him at one point change into a cloud of red mist.
How did he find you originally?
We met at the Lemon Drop.
While this is happening, could I be like making like a medicine check to see how the bite is compared to how we kind of saw before? If it looks like it's healed at all, or it's like gotten worse or more like infected.
Okay, make a medicine check.
Okay, cool.
We probably only have a minute or two left.
Well, Professor, what were... I know, what...
Three.
Oh,
Just looks like-
connections on the...
Dang, she
Just like
bit.
2 holes in the side of her neck. 2 little small ones.
Do you know how far the Borough Grove is from the city?
I noticed they're all the Glitz and Glower locations are relatively close to each other. I don't know exactly how much distance, but I know that you can walk from one to another in a matter of maybe a day or 2.
Professor, if we found a way into the Fey realm, do you have a map of it that we could use, or do you have any connections in the Feywild? Someone we could talk to that you trust?
I don't have any map or anything. It would not be very useful. The Feywild is a difficult place to chart and map. It's always changing, and not even by itself. Some people just want to change it because they are bored of the forest looking this way, and they will change it into a mountain range for the fun of it.
You said that if you were in that realm, you could locate him. What by what means?
I'd have a spell that
What spell?
I could scry on him and see his location, or I could, if you're within a certain distance, I could I could cast a spell to locate a specific person, but it's only within a certain distance.
But you could scry on him from here, maybe?
Actually,
I think you can.
I think you can scry
I think
across
you can.
planes.
Yeah.
double check.
That's what you get for using the name of the
Nerds.
spell, sucker. Getting technical.
Scrying isn't only the name of a spell; it's a thing,
Right.
That's true. It's a
Right.
concept.
Yeah, I think
like a
that-
scrying mirror.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing.
Like, she would say it to Anara, I don't think. But y'all would.
Yeah.
I know. Is there anything else? She doesn't have too much. Any other way to get into?
Well,
What's
got
what
a
would
bit
be
of-
the best time? Or
you got quite a bit of information.
I know.
Oh, she can't. You can scry across, but there's no. It doesn't say there's any limits. I assumed it was limited to play.
Just double checking. Are there windows in this room? It's daytime now, right?
Mhm.
Sunlight coming through. She seems fine.
Mhm.
Okay. Just making sure that there isn't any like
The
lingering.
whites look totally fine.
She's not staring at our necks.
You're right. Yeah. No, just making
Smoke
sure.
rising
Tim, don't
off
worry
of
about it. I
her.
looked at it. It's fine.
It's
Professor, this is highly inappropriate.
No, that's
well,
a good thing to check. I didn't even think about that.
If
Yeah, it looks fine, guys. I checked. It's totally yeah.
Perhaps she
Don't worry
would
about
be willing to try and locate him for us.
Yeah. Well, what can you learn from scrying on him?
Well, I would just be able to see him.
I think that would be helpful. We would see what's around him. We could maybe see where he is, or if he's with somebody, what he's doing.
Would you be willing to?
Yes, I would be happy to help.
Is there anything we can do
So,
to help her
help out?
spell?
Well, before we lose the zone
Yeah.
of truth, the collector, is this a famous figure in the city?
I don't understand.
the one who gathers all of the items, the one who has the piece of immortality.
Oh, the one is the Feywild?
Mm.
I do not know. anything
Yeah,
about
she's
this
already
person.
said that she
Yeah.
doesn't.
Oh,
Doesn't
sorry.
know
Yeah.
who he is.
Yeah.
All I know is that there's a person in the Feywild that has this, and apparently, Kul has referred to them as a collector, and they have many items that are valuable, but this is the only one that he seems to be wanting.
Is there any time period in your recent memory that you can't seem to recall?
Yes. And as she like answers that, it's almost like a revelation to herself. Where if like she you can kind of see in her eyes, they're kind of like looking back, and only now does she realize like, oh, there's a blank there. Oh, and there's a blank there, and she's kind of like counting them up in her head. A few, and they are most certainly around.
When you saw him.
Yes.
Well, it's okay. I mean, maybe one of the other professors that specializes in that sort of thing can help you, and if it does help you remember anything useful, you could just let us know later.
Well, so they say there's supposed to be. I keep insisting that I am fine. I am fine. There's an expert apparently that they are bringing in to make sure that I am not brainwashed or anything, but I think I am fine. He is
Yeah.
an entire round away.
Yeah, you're fine.
Well,
I'd appreciate if you told the attendants that. Let me out of here.
I'm sure it must be unnerving to realize that there's pieces missing, and I'm sure that if they do have someone who can help you out, it might behoove you to consider letting them do their work.
I suppose that is true.
Doesn't make you any less fine. I know it's hard to be taken advantage of by a person. No one likes that. No one likes to be abused like that. It doesn't mean that you made a mistake or were at fault. It was him.
Well,
No.
maybe could you try scrying on him and
Yes, yes. Of course.
Take a peek.
maybe we can
Absolutely. She kind
see
of
what's going on.
settles back and lays back into the bed a little bit, and she closes her eyes and kind of lays back. There's a faint breeze that rustles the leaves that make up her hair. She like focuses and concentrates. He gets to make a save.
I don't think there's anything that we can
Yeah.
help with.
No, but she knows him quite well, so her familiarity with him, I think,
Yeah.
makes
would
it.
affect
I mean, she
much
should be
harder for
strongly
him to-
connected to him, so.
Yeah.
She's
She
got
has
If she has any items that he
Got that two holes in her
possesses,
neck.
then that makes
She
it
has
easier.
extensive knowledge of the target, so he has a -5 to his save. Should probably pull up his wisdom save.
Will he know that he's been scrying on? He has to make a save or not?
No. Scrying creates an invisible sensor. People can see invisible things. You can see the sensor, but otherwise, no. After a few seconds, she kind of squints and shakes her head a little bit. And I'm sorry, he's beyond my sight at the moment. So
That's okay. That's okay.
it must be the planar separation. I'm sure it's interfering with my her magic.
She's not under the zone anymore.
Last 15 minutes. So.
Yeah,
Or
I'll
10
say she has
minutes, sorry, 10.
a few minutes left.
10.
So she's answering while she's still in. Can you
Hmm.
cast scrying while?
She
I thought
hasn't cast
scrying-
yeah,
the
she-
spell. She didn't cast the spell or anything, so.
I thought scrying took a while to cast as well.
Oh.
Oh, it does take 10 minutes.
So
Well, either way, she during the 10 minutes, preemptively, she'll kind of come out of it, and he succeeded his save.
yeah.
Well,
Well, that's okay. I'm sure you just need one more good night's rest, and that's all.
And let them look you over one more time, please. It can only help.
Very well, I will
Well,
see this.
We'll be sure they send you over apples and garlic.
we're
Apple day keeps the doctor away. Garlic
The vampire.
is good for your heart.
Oh, right.
That's right.
Yes.
yep.
well, Professor. I guess if you remember anything else or learn anything else, then let us know. And well, we're gonna try to find a way to keep him from getting this fragment somehow. And I think we're gonna try to go to the Feywild. But if you know of any other ways we could go aside from trying to sneak back into the lemon drop or making a deal with Riz's patron, then any other way might be better.
We're all ears.
Yeah.
Very sorry to disappoint. The only way in or out that I relied on was the door, the back door and the lemon drop.
Hypothetically, if a group of 6 people wanted to get back there, what would be the best way to do it without, getting in trouble? Are there any, traps or things to avoid?
Ooh, or do you know Matilda's favorite thing?
Ooh.
She's quite a fan of gold and riches, power, control.
Yes,
But not
Hard to put that
daisies.
Like
box.
lemons, maybe?
Something
Unfiltered
cheaper.
menthol cigarettes.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, now we're talking.
she
Wow.
got a rough streak for sure.
We
Interesting.
could roll a couple of
lady.
those, I guess.
This is the biggest lead we've got so far.
The best
Finally, some answers.
We'll offer you 672 gold pieces.
There
Professor, about the door, is it just the doorknob that contains the magic? If we were to find maybe one of the random portals that opens or something like that and had the doorknob would it be able to hold it open in the same way and control it like that?
I don't know for sure. I know that the portal they have pried open is the gateway, and the door and the doorknob is simply a tuning fork to kind of steer it. It's not exactly it itself.
Do you know where they got the doorknob from?
I do not know. If you really do want to go back inside, I can teleport you there.
Oh.
Yes.
That
To
Yes.
the basement?
To the basement. So
Yes.
I have been there several times. I'm familiar
well,
with
to the basement.
Yeah.
But that's still that's
That-
still very
but-
helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we would have the element of surprise.
And then the question is,
And I
Quarrel
doubt
Grove or
Matilda just hangs
Right.
out in the portal room all the time. I mean, she's usually up in the office. There might only be
That was-
empty or just one guard in there.
it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's an old kobold technique. You just jump in and go fucking nuts.
That's an old
I'm into
Quarrel
it.
technique.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
the
works
most-
all the time.
the most ancient knowledge.
Yeah.
With no
Walk
plan
into
or
a cave of
strategy.
kobolds, you're done.
Tam starts taking notes like kobold
Just
culture.
Warming.
Keep your eyes.
Just go
What-
fucking nuts.
What
Yeah.
constitutes going nuts?
It's usually a spur of the moment thing.
I
It's
think
difficult
I
to
think it
describe.
does depend
Instinct.
on
Wait, what
context.
kind of nuts?
Not the ones you were thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Okay, well, that's not a bad plan.
Well, that would
I'll have
definitely solve
acorns.
the problem of getting through the district and getting
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
the Lebanon.
Definitely
We
would.
get directly to the basement.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just have to choose where we go in the Feywild.
And speaking of, I have another question. So the guards, or the people that you are typically on the other end of these doors, are they as powerful as as the boss, as Kubo, as or are they just kind of like grunts? Could we take them?
I do not know. I mean, in certain situations, yes. I mean, there are times that I've also been expected when I arrive on the other side.
Well, and they would have powerful guards if Professor Veyron was going to show up. She's so powerful.
We might have the power of nuts on our side if
Yeah.
we just go.
It-
Nobody's got the power.
every time
on
I've
their
gone
side.
through, there has been some sort of attendant or someone on the other side.
Oh, we can take an attendant. They just attend.
Well, who says
They
we
just
even
tell
have
Ten.
to-
We can take 11.
Who says we even have to do anything other than get out into the city and then
Should
disappear?
we?
Yeah,
should
scatter.
I think
Should we
we
dress? Should
go
we
for
dress
it.
differently? Are we going to look out of
I think
place
we
if
go
I
to
think
the
we just
city
go in there when we
and
run.
surprise
We go
them.
nuts.
We teleport and
We
book it.
go.
We were
nuts.
very formal.
we just
last
go
time.
fucking nuts?
Yeah.
Let's go fucking nuts.
Second law.
Oh, it feels like home.
She jumps a little bit away.
Professor, send us to the basement.
We're ready.
Are we ready?
Straight to the
Wait,
back
where's
door,
Riz?
please.
What about Riz?
Oh yeah,
Riz, are
wait,
you
where's?
coming?
Riz is kind of there like, I mean, this is 100% your guys' thing.
You
Dangerous
wanna-
mission.
You can come
It
if
sounds
you want.
fun.
It does. It sounds like a whole lot.
Hey, look, you don't got classes to attend.
Hey, maybe you can move up the line.
And you always have a way out. You just go through your dark woods or whatever it was
my
again.
best persuasion roll I can get to try to say
do it.
move up the line.
Should we
Roll
go?
persuasion check.
Get
Roll
get,
it.
get
go
riches
to the
for doing
No,
that.
it's fine. It's more guards. Maybe
I
I
think
think that's where we want to go.
we'll bust a hole in the ceiling. And
Once we get there, we can use something to
a
try to
15.
15.
Yeah.
send the message going. with
You
close
do
doors.
Yeah, I said you
mention
go to the
like
city and we just-
moving
we
up
just
the
book it and
line, and
just
his
go.
like eye twinkles just a little bit before he kind of nods. Like, yeah, okay, yes.
all the hemming and
Teleport.
hawing
Just go fucking
just
nuts.
to
Book it into the Feywild.
Yeah.
We've gotten Riz now.
Riz, I'll tag along.
Ah, there we go.
We need
I've
your.
got an emergency escape plan for myself and whoever wants to pay for it.
Is there anything
Oh.
anyone needs to do
Well,
here
there's
at
always that.
Ismari before
Yeah.
we go?
I'm ready.
Lunch.
I've got all my stuff.
Well,
we just
I
ate.
was keeping everything with me because
Yeah.
I
My
think I'm
pack.
kind of squatting in my old room now at this
You're
point.
so small. you need some.
You got everything you need?
Yeah, I have it all in my bag.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Everybody-
You know, you have to be ready for an adventure.
Let's go.
Top
Right?
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Professor.
I do all I can to assist you. And she kind of like
Good luck with your brain.
if we need to, we may send you a message just to keep you updated, just so you know.
Absolutely. If I come across any more information or if I recall anything that I believe is important, I will do the same.
Thank you.
If she goes on something.
Mm-hmm.
I And we'll put in a good word with the
Learn.
doc for you
Surely she's level
to get an
classes
early
you
release
learned.
as we just leave.
No one need ever find out. It was you who set the magical orchestra on the school.
Before we go, opinions. And I'll pull out my orb, flash orb. Would this be, as soon as we get in, everyone shut their eyes?
Well, let's wait to see what we get.
Because it might be
That's
it
true.
might be useful
There
on
might
the
be
other
You don't
side.
want there
That's
it
true.
could be
Well,
empty
nobody
room
knows.
and you don't want to waste it.
That's true. That's true.
Let's see.
So you
what-
go in and then tell us to close
This
our eyes.
isn't usually
and
how
then you
kobolds do it, but we'll do. That's
It
fine.
was a storeroom. There
I could
just be
also just
nobody
make
there.
it dark.
All right.
Oh,
If there's nobody there, we don't need to.
Professor,
Wait, which one are we
just
going
to
to?
get a
I
little,
say we go to
very,
the city.
Yeah.
a very
Yeah, I agree.
specific layout, are you teleporting us into the basement immediately
Right
in
next
front
to the portal.
of the portal?
If you would like.
That's
Yeah.
where we want to go.
Oh, neat.
Even could you even make it that we're facing the portal?
Very worried.
We gotta cast darkness and we run into a wall.
We want our backs to the door, so we're facing everything
Well,
else.
because I can just cast darkness as soon as we appear.
And then just
No one
run
will
back.
see anything, but if we know the portal's in front of us, we can just run right through.
But then we don't know what.
But we need to know
what the
like,
door we're going
where
through.
to
Yeah,
we
go.
gotta
have to
check.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I got ahead of my. Well,
Let's just
I
get
wanted.
to the basement.
Yeah.
We're going
Oh,
fucking
no,
nuts.
I was fucking nuts.
I know.
I was gonna make it pitch black.
There's not going to be anyone in there. It's
Okay,
gonna be
or maybe we need
get
to
the fuck
see.
out.
Okay,
Yeah.
we need to see. Okay,
We arrive at the store, like, a bomb goes off.
the room's empty.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a little.
Knick-Knacks that go fucking
I got a
out.
little over enthusiastic, but yes, just in front of the portal.
in front of the portal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
Closest to
And-
the
okay,
portal.
so
We
plan
know
is
what it looks like.
we get
right?
in there.
Uh-huh.
If we have to turn around, we turn around. But we find the portal and we just run into it.
That, by the way, is the room where all the boxes are.
And we make sure that
We
it's
can save
on.
it for another
We
time,
might be able
Anara.
to find some more.
Save it for another time.
If there's nobody there, why would we not take a couple more boxes?
If there's nobody
If
there.
there's no one there.
If there's nobody
I
there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't think there's anyone.
We
in
give it
there.
in sled.
Well, they
Yeah,
were
I'm with you.
trapped.
Oh, they were.
Oh,
Oh,
Riz.
Riz.
if there's nobody there, we grab our little boxes, right?
I mean, I can dispel magic, but that's gonna tap me out for a little bit.
Let's
He-
just see
he
what.
should
Let's
conserve.
just let's get there first.
Why-
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Let's
get
see.
there first.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see what's.
Warlock.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
all that power doing?
All right, let's go.
Okay.
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 Action.
All right.
Okay.
Everybody ready?
That's how.
Do stuff. We're in.
All right. Well, let's go to the Feywild.
Nik-Nak is like buzzing.
Miriam kind of like reaches, like kind of like pulls her hair back and reaches up into like the leaves and kind of like pulls out like a little like almost like pea pod that was like growing out of the
Cute
side of her
pea
head.
pod.
Didn't know I was gonna do such a.
No, I think
Big fan.
Mona the puppet.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a pea pod.
There's also an old grocery delivery service called Pea Pod.
Yes.
Was there?
Remember Pea
Was
Pod?
that local?
Yes, I think
Okay.
so.
Anyways.
For all you
It's like
Maryland
giant.
fans
That
out
was
there.
Yeah, it was a giant. Okay, okay. East Coast.
She takes a little peep out,
Yeah.
snaps it, cracks it open, and kind of like this little like almost iridescent kind of like purplish brown powder kind of pours out, and she pours it in like a circle on the ground before it kind of like a fuse kind of like lights up. Shh. It's like we'll quickly step into that, and
And just like right before we kind of teleport away, I'll just kind of take her hands. Just thank you, Professor. Please take care, and we'll be back.
I will. This is
You already got an A+.
Fire away!
Toss her a carrot and jump into the portal.
All right, we're gonna go save the world.
Thank you. You be careful too.
Okay.
And she like says that to you, and you hear like over your shoulder like, before she like looks over. You too, Riz. Yes, you were my class. Before she kind of like waves back, and then
Shall be faced out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
so almost like if like the darkness closing in on you, but it's like the exact opposite. It almost like whites out, or just a bunch of like blinding white light closes your vision for a moment before everything goes white and everything feels a bit fuzzy for a moment. The temperature rapidly, instantly drops a few degrees, and it's like going in from like outside right into a house where everything is incredibly dark because you went right from a daylit room to a basement 9 floors below the surface. So you appear in a dark storeroom. The only light
We should have covered one eye.
Perception checks.
The only light that you see is the pulsing multicolored light coming from the warbling portal behind you.
Look around. We see. Is there anybody?
Yeah, do we see
anybody down
Yeah.
here?
Everybody freeze! And just pop into
Crossbow.
Everybody, clap your hands.
Blindside. So that will give me.
Literally just gonna
Come
start
on,
shooting.
Nick, tell us.
I've got my sickles.
I'm sorry if I hit one of you.
Let me at him. Let me at
I'm
him.
pulling my lyre.
Get
You
away from
all
the lizard.
up here in the basement. No one that you immediately
I
can
accidentally pluck a string.
see. Anara, you pick up from Slink that there are 2 living figures about 40 feet away through the room. You remember there was the sort of 2 rooms and then a long hallway. Down that hallway you can sense that there are 2 figures.
So we
That
just are
very
all like-
Quietly, I whisper going, 2 figures. About 40 feet away in, I guess, near where the elevator is. So we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Stay quiet.
I'll take a look at the doorknob. And then, so I'll kind of look at the portal. Does it look like it's aiming at the same place?
Portal's exactly the same as it was. Doors right there, right above the door handle is a little kind of glass window. It currently says Mount Fondant.
Okay. Are we gonna go to Boro Grove, or are we gonna go straight to the city, but end up in there?
We'll look for a box that isn't trapped.
Make a perception check.
Whoever's still kind of like, I'm kind of like purposely just not looking. But so maybe 10's next to me or something. Yeah. Should we go to Boro Grove or should we go right to the city?
Let's go to the city.
All right, so then I'll slowly be turning the.
As you
knob.
turn the knob, you basically it's turning the knob and then kind of checks the next one, and then you either push it open or you release it and then turn it again.
An old
as-
rotary phone.
Yeah, sort of. As you kind of turn the knob a couple of times, Nik-Nak, there are, the only other glow from the room is there are numerous boxes with glowing kind of sigils on them, but there are dozens of boxes that don't have them.
Let's take a magical.
I don't know. Can we touch those?
Get rest of the spell.
It's just one.
I had a thought too.
No, we don't need
Do you
to
think
this.
we're able to go partway through the portal and still reach our hand back out and take the doorknob with us?
We couldn't pull it off last time.
Yeah,
It was
we
really
tried
hard.
to remove it.
Yeah,
I do
a
a
tough
strength
door.
check.
Zakkai
couldn't break it.
tried to pull it off.
And he's real strong. You see these muscles?
Just for show.
We can try.
We can do it.
They're made out of sand.
It's another cobalt technique.
It comes in handy.
One
It's
fish
like
goes-
just
It's
very
kinda
like
squishy.
Yeah, wet
Stay-
sand.
whoa,
Yeah.
Pick whichever you think is
They harden.
They're like stress balls
Yeah.
that fill the sand. Yeah.
It's like when I flex, they harden to
Yeah.
stone. It's kind of fun.
there it is.
Riz is kind of looking at the boxes.
It's either sand or stone.
Yeah.
And he points
They're
to
like
one,
bags
and
of
the sigil
sand.
dissipates off.
No.
Grab it. You grab it off.
Sledge.
Sledge. Put it in the sledge.
It's like a longer, thin box, maybe like that, big round, but it's pretty long.
Ooh.
Okay, put it in.
Are
we ready?
What
We
do
got
you
one.
think the portal looks like from the other side? Like if we go through, does it look like the basement when you're in the Feywild?
I think it's just.
Can we come right back?
I don't know if it matters. I think we should go.
Yeah.
Scatter.
I'm assuming they're behind us.
We just
Like
scatter. Yeah. I think we have to. Let's go. Is it on the right setting?
Boro Grove?
No, the city.
Oh, I'm sorry. It takes a minute.
The city.
Okay,
Go to the city.
it's on the city.
Turn the city, and you turn that handle and push the door open. On the other side, the same as before, there's a long hallway that kind of corkscrews where the floor becomes a ceiling and then down again and kind of keeps going.
Let's go.
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 Kind of rushing.
Yeah.
Riz kind of rushes into. He's the last to go and kind of closes the door behind him.
What does it look like on the other side once we close it?
Once you close it, it's still just
the
kind of like
hallway.
that long hallway. And as you kind of walk
No, I
down
mean,
it-
sorry, the back side of the door.
Oh,
It wasn't always a solid door, and the only thing you could see was just the glass around the.
Yeah, it was just a solid door, and the only thing is you can kind of see it's literally like a rectangular door wedged into a sort of like
It's
almond
like the
shaped
thing
portal.
it's being held open magically, and they just
Yeah,
stuck
yeah,
a
yeah.
door in it.
Looking back at the doorknob from this side, is there a way to change it like there was on the
Yeah,
other
is
side?
it
Just standard door now.
Just a standard doorknob.
It just
Okay.
leads back to
A
the
one-way
basement.
thing, but that means we can get back.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe. Hopefully.
As long as we left no
Let's
signs
just
that
go,
we were
let's just go.
here, I think we're good, right?
We could try going back really quick.
No, this is good.
Okay.
How did the?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We're gonna come back a different way.
We'll figure it out. You're right. You're right. Why would we come back here? Why am I still whispering?
so-
We're in the tunnel.
Okay. Secret
Still
face trick.
Can you do the thing where you
Wait.
do your thing in front of the door.
Oh, in front of the door.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does it only last an hour?
So that they can't. Well, if anyone maybe comes in an hour, they can't get through.
that's fair. That's true.
Is it stone?
Does it work?
No,
Maybe on the-
I think on the before we
Oh, before
leave.
you-
Is that what you're saying?
Either
Oh,
side.
do you mean the other side?
Either
Oh.
side.
Oh no, we don't want to leave any signs that.
That's
anything
Yeah.
then on the
Oh,
other
okay.
on
Should
our
know.
side now.
Then the question is
Is it
can I-
stone?
Can I?
Is it
yeah.
controllable?
Is it?
Oh, while you're in
Earth,
the hallway,
yeah.
you try to like do it. There's no earth here.
Ah,
This
yeah,
is-
okay.
Okay.
No, it's.
So that's a
Okay,
good idea,
guys.
but I don't think
We're in the
need it on
Feywild
our side of the door.
now. Number one trick: breadcrumbs. Start leaving little crumbs as we leave around, so we make sure we can get back here.
I
I
don't have
don't
any
have
bread.
breadcrumbs. Do you
Well,
have any?
take some rations. Just
don't
use
have
some
any
bits and just take some. Come on, guys.
Shoot.
We don't want to get lost here.
I would
Okay.
trust Hots.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree. I
we're
just
still
would-
just
I-
in this
maybe I
hallway,
should have been
right?
better
Yeah.
prepared for this.
Maybe-
Well, I
maybe
was
once we're-
thinking once we
we
got
out
out of the one hallway,
Yeah.
I would just start using the ink beetle again.
Oh.
You're so smart.
I mean, so it'll still just be a line on a
E-
page,
and
but we
even
can
if it-
still kind of orient
Hey,
ourselves.
I
And
don't
even
have
if it
any bread,
changes, we
so-
made it through
Down
the
the
lost
corridor.
people.
Forgetting we
that
have
was
that.
There's only like
just as
one
crazy.
way to go,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's just
so-
a single.
we
Bring
About
it
how
back.
far
We have
from
experience.
before it-
We have experience.
and
with
we
this.
can always
You
use the
don't
orb
see
to
an
pull us
answer,
back
it's
to the
just kinda
door.
like
like
pinpoint.
Sure, how many of those we have
like
left?
spiral.
charges?
Something like
Yeah,
that.
I think we only
You
used
can
five
also
charges.
use
Hey
Yeah.
the-
everyone,
Yeah.
let's go.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, let's do
Wait,
it.
can we also use the little zoom orb?
Yeah,
Just
that's what we were
so
just
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
To
Probably
bring us
just
back
have
here,
it-
maybe.
You guys
Go
so
to the
smart.
door.
Let's find out where we're gonna come out.
Sorry,
Yeah,
that was my
let's do
little fan.
And once
And
we're
we-
out of this
and we
hallway,
get-
I mean, I'm gonna start mapping this.
And we got to
place.
be ready as soon as
And
we open
And
the other
obviously
side.
the Fae has a vast
Yeah.
and
Fast and active.
We should
Doctoral.
be ready
Especially
for
when there's a bro.
perhaps 5 guards.
Basil.
Yeah, I might even go back to school and
Yeah.
start researching all this.
They
All
could
right.
be,
They just
according
can't get you out of there,
according
can
to Professor Barron,
Well,
they could be 5.
I mean, here we are,
Yeah,
though.
we should be ready for.
Yeah.
We should
I'm
be
the
ready
Feywild.
for.
Everybody get ready to kill someone.
Yeah.
They could
Well,
be
well,
5.
See, this could be a
incapacitate
diplomatic mission.
No,
Or just run past
Just
them.
let's be ready.
Let's just be ready to do what we need to.
Yeah.
This is the
As
good
fast as we
Zakkai.
can.
They control it. There are perhaps 5 or more guards. So
Okay.
let's be ready.
The second law is always ready.
That's right.
Get the bomb.
Get the bomb.
As you start walking down the hallway, it
I'll
definitely
draw my
gives you
sword.
gives you like a strange like kind of like vertigo sense because it does like corkscrew. Like after a while, Tam, you're looking forward and you're seeing like Zakkai standing on the floor, but he's hanging from the ceiling because the hallway is turned. So it's definitely a little bit disorienting because as you walk, gravity doesn't change. You're still walking on the floor, but you're just walking as it kind of spirals down. Eventually, it doesn't seem
Yeah.
like it ends. It just kind of keeps going and going and going. But as you go, it's that same kind of feeling, almost very similar to the being teleported down here, where like the walls sort of like close in on you, and your sense of perspective is just kind of like flopped for a moment before you exit. It is dark, cramped, and the air is thick with dust and the smell of rock and something unfamiliar to you, like gasoline but with a tangy, citrusy finish. There is a faint, muffled sound of distant activity that you can hear through the walls. Those of you with dark vision can see that you are standing in a very cramped, small room that looks almost like a large, like pantry. There's lots of burlap sacks and kind of crates
Bread?
standing around you. Make a perception check.
Damn, we're in a very small room.
Be able to track ourselves.
Yeah, my eyes are
Immediately
trying to
gonna
adjust.
Jump into swing and do 60-foot blind side
I can't
because
see.
I
but-
don't have gut.
13
13.
for the bread check.
On
this
like a
bread.
small like shelf up here, there's like a few little crates all filled with like rolls. Like,
Dinner roll.
Here we go, guys.
Okay.
I guess we have to use the old school bread.
Just
crumb
start breaking
tray.
up pieces and just.
I thought we were gonna use the.
Just in case.
Okay. Yeah.
Doesn't
Okay.
hurt. It's here.
Yeah.
You're kind of looking around. From where you came, there is a very similar looking door that you kind of just went through. Although there is no change, it's just a kind of lock. But there is there's just the door handle. But there's no window. There's no way to change like the destination like there was before. It still is like a kind of tear that's being just like forcibly held open with just a door being stuck.
Oh, at the
Gotcha.
other end of the
So-
hallway.
So we can guess that the basement is the only like free change. Everything else kind of leads to it.
Yeah.
Is there a lock on this door?
Riz, is this kind of like what what was it? Your path through the woods? What was your?
Oh.
Is it kind of like this, where there's like, is that like where we're walking right now?
Sort of that hallway back there? So it was more like that. But a forest of fire.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah, it's a sapphire. wood.
very.
Oh,
sapphire.
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 Sapphire wood.
Of course.
It's like a play on
Oh.
the word. The fire's all blue.
Mm.
It's pretty. It's
Okay.
Sounds
think,
fire.
think a forest on fire at night, and the fire's blue.
Well,
That's
it
what it looks
sounds nice and
Should have
warm.
a festival there.
It's toasty.
Oh, okay.
Are there any life forms?
You do pick up a few life forms. You hear footsteps. Oh, first I'll say that in your immediate surroundings, you're in a small little pantry, but other than the door you just came through, there are no other doors in here. But it does look like the door opposite the portal door is a kind of push away wall. If you were like, you're on the inside of a hidden room. There's like you're already inside. And there's like the fake wall in front of you. You hear footsteps and muffled voices. Anara, you detect 5 creatures. Someone is approaching. There's a larger room outside of the one that you are currently in. You hear a door kind of open, and it's a pantry with sort of like slat wood walls, and there is like tiny bit of little space. So if you wanted to, you could do a perception check to kind of see outside if you wanted to. It will be with disadvantage.
I'll just warn everyone. There's 5 life forms outside in a room larger than this one, behind this door, fake wall door.
Okay.
Get ready.
Okay.
I'll put my sword out.
Okay.
Time to go nuts.
It's gonna go fucking nuts.
You have the bomb?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
I guess that just like as we're about, did you say you pulled a weapon out?
I pulled the sword out because you said the footsteps are approaching.
Mhm.
They're getting closer.
Okay, if they're like super approaching, I'll just really quickly just touch your shoulder and give you lucky strike. If you okay, just in case you need to stab someone in the next few seconds.
Seems like we're about to get nuts.
Okay. Ambush. All right. We ready?
Oh, okay.
Right. Close your eyes, everybody.
Okay.
Who's opening the door?
I'll do it.
Step up and kick the door open.
There we go.
Okay.
Ah! Close your eyes.
I'm just gonna kick
I kick the door.
it down.
A classic Munchkin maneuver.
Why not?
Yeah.
We're going in
And
there
this is
anyway.
the plan. This is the plan.
As-
This might be a terrible plan.
Is
But
it
it's
too
definitely-
No, I was
early
about
to
to,
say something about like what's gonna happen when we open the door? Like what I want to do?
You gonna say what is that?
So as soon as she kicks open the door, I'm just going to give it a second to like see something and just go nothing, and then cast flash to whoever is in there.
All right.
You just open it and yell nothing.
Nothing.
You
Not even a
step
what's in
out.
there. Just,
Nothing.
Step out, open that little box. There's a blinding flash of light.
Just give away our position entirely, or blind some people.
I'm gonna,
and blinds.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
why don't you roll initiative?
Oh man.
It's just a bunch of like cooks and servants.
It was like, yeah, school children, yeah.
Swedish chef.
It's a Fey field trip.
Yeah.
Not anymore. It's Killing Field.
So the Feywild is kicked and flung right off the wall. A tiny little kobold runs out, says
Nothing?
nothing, and immediately casts Flash. You see that two people that you see are affected. You immediately see the people here in this room. First, all the way down here at the end, you see a tall, lithe female figure. At first glance, she appears elven, although her features are slightly more exaggerated. Very, very long ears, dark tan skin, almost like midnight black. No hair, like shaved head, but it looks like there's like parts of her body glow as if there's like a light inside of her that's like kind of shining through. Like when you put your hand in front of a flashlight, you can kind of see through it. But like just different parts of her body have that kind of glow to them. You see two identical looking, gnomish looking creatures. They lack the whimsy and adorableness that gnomes normally have. They are like hunched over, their teeth like sharpened, face like heavy with like wrinkles. Their beards are all like kind of matted and messy. Long red like caps on their head, and they each hold a basically a large, in their hands, oversized kind of like butcher knife that has a symbol kind of like burnt into it. You see a satyr as well with a bow and arrow slung over his back, and a herringon.
What?
Wielding a halberd, or he's using it as a halberd, but it's actually a very large, oversized fork with two of the prongs kind of bent down and two of them kind of sticking up. So he's using this very large, oversized fork as a halberd. Top of the round, Harmony, you and Zakkai, you are up. Triggering a duet for this fight if you so happen.
Yeah, yes we did.
Like as soon as Nik-Nak, we see the flash, and then we're like,
Let's
do it.
We jump out,
Yeah.
and then I lift my hands, and sand under us pushes us
Few
forward.
steps.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna,
run
like-
through. Sorry. I've knocked you over.
So like, yeah, Zakkai, you run forward a few steps, and then I hop on a wave of like sand and rock that he makes, and I like ride it forward towards them, and then like I jump off, and in the air I just go like I have my lyre, and I just go bring, but it sounds just like a heavy, crunchy bass guitar, so, like heavy metal, like that. And I 3-point landing off the holding my lyre like off the wave of rocks, and then the
Hell yeah.
waves just like spread out and just like crash into all of them.
Amazing. I believe it.
A
wait,
deck
I think-
save.
Deck save.
Yeah,
Okay, I think I have to be like
a little closer.
kind of close, and then you still have to be close to our people. Is how it was. Well, one
I
of
can
us.
just. Why can't I
Either
be
or.
closer? to you?
Either or.
Just for
Be
safety
closer.
reason.
Yeah.
No, because it gives them the speed advantage.
Oh, they have to stay within.
We all have to be kind of like 15 feet,
I
15
see.
feet, 15 feet.
Okay, yeah. So I'll stay back because
So in my head, it's like
It helps you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, because she rode the wave. You made that.
yeah.
Yeah, because then
We gain an additional 15 to
they all
all of
do
them.
they all do a DC 19 dex save or fall prone. And then allied creatures within 15 feet of either of us get an additional 15 feet of movement until the end of their next turn.
Giving us almost effectively free 30 feet of movement right now.
Yeah.
The satyr, both the little dwarfs, the little red caps there, and no, those are the only three that fail to save and are not prone. Anything else that happens to them, or are they just?
It's that they can't stand until succeeding a dex save.
Yeah.
So you just have to keep trying to stay.
The aftershocks.
The same save.
They'll get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's just a spell. or whatever.
Wow.
Kind of creates this little kind of tremor that keeps them off balance. Arn, that's an amazing opening move for the duet. Is that it for you guys?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
our
I think that's all we
actions
can
and bonus
do.
actions. I mean, I guess I could. It just was so people. Is it like 15 feet from like where we end up, or do we still get our movement? It just takes our. It takes our action and bonus action.
Yes, you can still move.
Or does
And
me
the
does
effect
my
will just-
ride count as some movement or?
Yeah, I mean, moving out will be considered part of the movement. Or part
Right.
of it.
Right. Okay, so I'm probably about towards the end of mine, anyways.
Yeah, you probably maybe move back a little bit, but because we also jumped out of the pantry. you know.
I come as I just hop up into like such a badass fighting stance, a few feet back,
Yeah.
or maybe a little closer to this gnome, but like away from the hair. I want to be out of his
Swinging there,
his
yeah.
swinging reach, yeah,
Because he'll have
because
reach.
I'm so aware of hand-to-hand fighting. Because I'm just
Alright.
really amped right now.
Nik-Nak, you are up.
Fucking nuts.
I'll draw my sword. I'm just like, ah, we're going fucking nuts.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Good luck. Nik-Nak just creates flash, and then it seems that Harmony and Zakkai took the go fucking nuts to heart as they jump out and scream and cause like a localized earthquake. But yeah, you're up.
We can be
Sweet.
very excitable.
Yeah, he's very excited now. Sure.
And you have 15 extra feet of movement.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's super.
He's just gonna shout, "Nobody move!" and then run this way. Like, probably. Can I get to this corner here?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the extra movement, you.
Cool. And then I will take a shot. I'm not shooting Paragon just yet because that's like confusing me.
It's confusing me too.
I'll shoot this lady here.
That's not good. So sorry.
Nice catch.
Apologies.
Oh, it's not bad. 18? No, 17.
To hit who?
Her.
18?
17.
17 does not hit.
Okay. Second attack. Forgot that I had that.
17 did not hit.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, better. So that's 21.
Hits.
Sweet. Okay.
Okay, 17 did.
Did not.
21 did.
Okay. And then I will have Sledge run in. He's super excited too. It's like a lot of like steam coming out of his like exhaust. Yes, Sledge, go! And he's gonna just take a hit on the one who's blinded and prone. I'm gonna imagine.
So
that
many
that's
advantages.
That's 100%.
Okay.
You're so advantaged.
It's cocked. Dirty 20.
Hits.
Cool.
For sure.
Okay, cool. 9 force damage. And I'll just hunker down in this corner here. All right, everybody, go nuts!
Alright. It is the Red Cap's turn. For you guys, is it a save at the end of their turn to stand up?
It just says they can't stand until succeeding a dex save.
Okay. I'll have that be at the end of his turn then. He's a not blind one. Kind of, all 5 of them look incredibly like off, taken out off guard. As they all just kind of like immediately look towards their own secret room, exploded from the inside out. As they both kind of like all frantically look at one another before kind of like
Why did it say nothing?
trying to figure that out, trying to figure out what is going on.
It's all part of the
The
plan.
chaos.
Before the Red Cap just kind of like, please bring down the cross. Pulls up his like meat cleaver. He's like kind of laying on still on the floor, like the ground rocking beneath him. Before he like pulls up the meat cleaver, the little symbol on it glows and lights up, and the blade of the meat cleaver kind of like sizzles and like heats up a little bit. They're using basically like butcher knives that are heated to basically cook as you're cutting.
Oh,
Like
ingenious.
a lightsaber.
But to basically, to burn and cut at the same time. That one is going to use 5 feet of movement to crawl over to Harmony and slash out at you.
Bite at the ankles.
Oof, that's a natural 2. kind of tries to go for you, but the ground shakes again. And he just completely
These are
misses.
patent leather.
Yeah, don't want to stuff those.
Other red cap. Oh, actually, at the end of his turn, he's gonna try to. What was the save?
19.
19. Keep it. Other red cap
Stay
is
down there.
blinded until the end of his turn, I believe. He's just gonna try to stand up now.
It's a poor thing.
19 for his deck save.
That's it.
Yeah.
So he's-
Yeah.
Okay, so that red cap is able to stand.
Still blind.
He's blinded, so he's going to run.
The blindness helped his other senses.
He runs.
The daredevil.
It's just like trips over a table.
Open the umbrella.
He runs. Pull him in that
I
direction. with
love that movie so
hatchet.
much.
We're the only two people in the entire world.
Is he facing the wrong way?
He's blinded. He ran to the opposite direction.
Just like tripping over chairs and tables.
Screaming
yeah.
with.
Is there like another door or anything back there? Does it seem like he's running?
He
No,
can't see.
no,
He has
he's-
no
Oh,
idea.
okay, sorry,
He was
sorry.
running
We
to
were-
attack.
We were talking
He doesn't
about
know where he is.
He ran in the wrong direction and swung. Like he,
Okay, gotcha.
Where is the exit?
I don't think we know yet. We're kind of
Oh,
Yeah.
this looks like a
seat of
door.
our pants here.
And that looks like a door. And that
Brings
looks
us
like a
to
door.
the Herringon's turn.
But it's so exhilarating not having a plan.
So we might be going the wrong way.
You see the Herringon, similar coloration to the one that you are aware of. He has kind of like brownish auburn kind of fur, kind of patchy and graying in areas. Clearly like an older guy. Has the long kind of like fork that he's got in. He quickly looks around. Closest thing he sees is the sledge, so he like takes the halberd and kind of like spins it around on one hand and kind of brings it down. Attack him.
is he moving towards Sledge?
He has reach, so he does not need to. That is an 18 to hit. So
That'll probably hit him, yeah. Yeah, that hits him.
Does 11 slashing damage.
Wow.
And you all wouldn't know this, but to Sledgehog, that Herringon is currently invisible, considered invisible.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
Sledge is just like scanning.
Who hit me?
Very kind of confused.
Sledge.
Eyes kind of going in two different directions, trying to see. He is going to use his movement to standing leap and kind of land over next to the woman over here.
The attack didn't break his invisibility.
Over the well, you all can see him.
He's
Yeah.
only invisible to
He's
Sledge.
only invisible to Sledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying that for
Mhm.
Tommy, so you know from mechanic
Yeah,
wise.
Okay, I
So
understand.
Sledge, he is
Okay.
We can all see it.
I was about to
But
say, like,
Sledge
what
got hit.
the
And now
What's going on here?
Could
They-
Sledge see him before?
Yeah,
So he disappeared after.
after the attack. It seemed that once he successfully hit Sledge, Sledge could no longer see him.
Mhm.
He kind of like hops over this table and lands next to the woman and kind of just like looks over to her like, Caldera, what do we do?
Okay, so she seems like she could be the leader.
Basil, you're up.
So I kind of have entered back into the Fey with probably some weird Fey vertigo. You never get used to it. And then into a cupboard with a bunch of bread. And then all of a sudden, Anara kicks down the door. I hear nothing. All my friends rush out to action. And I kind of like blindly like step out a little bit. And then the first sight I see is another Herringon. And I hear probably like a metal tang maybe beforehand and a Herringon in my sight. And I kind of just am like, what the floppy flop are you doing here? And I will just full on like run charge at this guy and almost like, so I get the bonus 15
Yeah.
movement. I'm gonna. How much is that all the way there? That's probably the full.
I think,
full movement. I will, as I'm running at him, I will cast Hex on him. And as I'm running, I will like throw the sword down to the side, cast Hex on him, and then go for strength and then grapple him. Just bear hug him down to the ground and just like suplex him.
All right.
Nice.
It's strength versus strength check.
Bunny wrestling.
Just like full on animal instinct, just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
pounce on him. Like
Hell yeah.
I'm not a fighter, I'm an animal at this point.
Yes.
Full on the rabbit
Yeah.
from Monty
Yeah.
Python.
Yeah.
17.
Get him, Hops.
I'm gonna use my channel divinity, and as I toss the sword, the screws kind of like eye will blink open at me and give me temporary advantage. For a 18.
Oh! You
Yes.
dive and like full on just like crashing into this other Huracan, and you both kind of
I'm
tumble
just
to
like
the
breaking with
ground.
my legs.
You kind of like push back him, and you're just like you said, an animal at this point, kind of jumping on him, and your feet going crazy to kind of hit him. Only after a few seconds. Are you anything else on your turn?
No, that's bonus action, movement, and me yelling at him.
It's definitely disorienting being back in the Fae, and it's been even longer since you've seen your father this close up before.
Oh no!
Oh!
It is the satyr's turn.
No.
You just grappled your dad.
Yup.
The satyr kind of like
Pops.
scrambles to like reach behind, grab the bow that he has off of his back, and one arrow. He's both prone and blinded.
He's grabbing his bow from the ground.
He's gonna shoot.
It's shooting wild.
He's gonna shoot at Harmony. He at least rolled the right direction, but he'll have disadvantage. You also see that his bow. There's a small. It's a standard short bow. At the very front of it, though, is a small, like almost cracked. Only like the lens of like a telescope or a spyglass, just kind of like affixed on the end of it. Glass has been removed. It's just sort of like an extra cylindrical kind of thing attached to it. And he kind of aims the arrow through that cylindrical device add to it and launches an arrow. Actually, it's not going to have to roll to hit in that case. It just creates a cone. As the arrow flies through that little cylinder, as it passes through, the arrow is like broken into hundreds of different little wooden like splinters, and just kind of creates this cone of little wooden splinters that come out towards you. Harmony, please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Jesus.
natural one.
Oh.
I'm looking at him. Wow, that was so cool.
Good work. Oh shit!
Go fucking nuts! It's really fun.
It was the fuck
It's
around
kinda fun
portion, and
not
now
having-
it's the find out.
It's
bit.
kind of fun
Yeah.
not having a plan. Just nailed by arrows.
No,
17
I
points
lasted
of
half a turn. How many?
17.
Ow!
And it's just yours. You're like,
Harmony.
feeling it. You're there, like, oh my god, it's great not going into a plan, and then immediately get hit with like 1,000 little prickling needles.
Ugh, I hate splinters.
Jesus. Well.
It's getting 100
Who-
splinters all
who
over you
did
at
it?
once. The satyr on the ground.
And it's blind.
With a bow. Yeah.
He will do. He will
Stop
attempt
ruining
to-
my fun! And I'm gonna hellish rebuke him.
Yes.
Whoa.
They are no longer
I
blinded.
think I.
But he
always
did
forget.
still fail his
He's
dexterity.
just on the ground.
So he's still on the ground.
Zero is 10. 0 is 10, right? I got 3 10s.
Ooh!
Whoa.
So that's 30 damage.
Oh my god.
I got a 3 10s.
That's wild.
Harmony should
I
be
was
outside.
having fun! And my
Get him.
eyes just like, my pupils just like, or irises or whatever, just turn like a dark, like magenta red, like red, yeah, like a dark red, not like a bright red. And just like the heat is like coming off me, and maybe my necklace like kind of even like like is just kind of like.
Pulsing.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like seems like it's sizzling, but it's also not actually burning me. But it's just kind of
Yeah.
seems like it's like sizzling almost.
The satyr bursts into flames and screams and rolls and tries to do the stop, drop, and roll thing. He's already on the ground. But he goes unconscious.
Nik-Nak's just gonna whisper to himself, "Wow, okay, go nuts."
Anara, you are up.
Okay. We noticed the one here, like calling it. This one saying, as if they were like looking at what to do, like as if that's
Yeah.
the leader. Okay. That's the leader. So I think I have 40 feet of movement even without the extra. So I'm just gonna dive, jump up on this bench, and close in on this one.
You know,
And
see Basil wrestling the other hair
Yeah.
down on the floor.
they look kind of similar.
There's
It's like
definitely
an older
resemblance there.
version.
It's kind of just an older, more haggard version of Basil.
I am gonna make a longsword attack.
Go ahead.
That is a natural 20.
Oh, true Anara form.
Look out, we're crazy.
That hits.
Basil, this
We're never taking the plan again.
Wow.
Okay.
We are
It's
actually
working out
going
better
nuts.
than usual.
So Basil's in
We're
animal
never making
form.
a plan ever again.
Nope,
So let
nope.
me
It's like,
remind myself
get ready,
of this.
everybody.
I'm rolling-
Basil, this is the
I'm
form,
rolling
the
down
search team we
in
sent to find you.
D10, and then I can roll.
Yeah, you double the damage, and then you can re-roll any number of the dice.
So I can roll double the dice and then re-roll either of the dice if I want. That's a
Big
9
money.
and a 10.
Holy
Big money,
shit!
big
I'm
money.
not gonna re-roll either.
We're
of the-
unstoppable.
Whoa.
So that's 19.
These
plus
poor
And you don't
peons.
like the Fae.
25 points of
Good.
slashing damage.
Wow.
First attack
Yeah.
For the first
For the first.
of 4.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow up
That's
with
our
an
Anara.
unarmed strike.
19,
That's a critical because I
Yes,
have
because the
lucky
lucky strike.
It only
Oh.
lasts one round.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, this is your
what's
first
the
round. Or one
Oh, that's
attack.
what I was gonna ask.
Oh.
Oh.
Because I did it right before we charged in.
What's the
Yeah,
time
you, like-
on it? Does it
It's
just say
one-
one
one
round?
round, 6
But
seconds.
does it
Well,
like
it was
stick
before,
around?
and then they ulted, and then she just had another round.
Like, does it stay until you
It
use
lasts
it?
one round.
Oh,
6
so
seconds.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
All right.
So it depends.
You
It's
did-
not
I-
my
you-
turn again.
That's true. You cast it. You said you cast it right before.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
when it
Yeah.
exploded
Yeah.
at it. I'll
And
consider it still in effect.
Like I didn't have
Yeah.
a
Oh,
roll.
yeah, that's true,
I didn't
that's
have any
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
No, I'll
Yes.
consider
Because
it
I
still.
Yeah.
cast it,
I mean,
we went first,
No,
and
no,
I
it's
had to
been-
go
I'm
next.
not the other way.
Yeah.
It's been within 6 seconds.
I-
Yeah, it was.
This is just a very chaotic 6 seconds.
Yes.
Tem is still stuck in the closet
Yeah.
with Riz.
Stuck in the
so,
closet.
You can come out. It's
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
He'll
so
consider
that's
it.
He wants
Riz
to
in
be
the
there to
closet.
be there with Riz.
He wants.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tim
well,
was
I
in the
respect.
closet.
Oh,
I'm gonna
I
keep the
see.
6.
7 minutes
I'll re-roll
in.
13.
Seven
In
seconds.
The
7
air.
seconds.
Six-
Yeah,
six-
6 seconds.
Six,
is
sen-
in
six
That
seconds
is
in
8
Feywild
seconds.
happens. Yeah, there we go. So that's
One round in the
5 plus
bread
6
closet.
seconds.
And then we do another on
One round.
Don't get a
lasts
yeast
a
infection.
lifetime.
That's 2 attacks. So bonus action. Yeah, flurry of blows.
Do it.
Hell yeah.
Turn her into mush.
That's a 19.
So this is now 3 crits in a row.
Yes.
Wow.
You're welcome, everybody.
That's amazing.
3 19s in a row?
Lucky strike.
A 20
best
and a
case.
20,
19.
19, 19.
That's
11.
nuts.
That's
That's
another-
that's just amazing.
That's just a
I'm
bonus
so
action.
happy.
That's an aura.
After
That's just an aura.
3 max damage.
That's
All
only
these
16
crits.
points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And high damage.
That's
turn,
70
too.
points in damage
One
or
more
something?
attack.
That's wild.
Is it 4 attacks?
Probably misses. That's only a 13.
13. That does miss.
Flurry of blows.
That's wild. What was the total?
It was
Second attack.
25, 17, and 16. I
Oh my
think.
God.
So like something like
Damn.
60. Something like that.
Something like that. Just one turn.
Level 5.
Level,
The bloodlust.
level 5? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot.
I'm almost scared to ask anything else on your turn.
That's everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is everything.
Disemboweled.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but I need to mark off my focus point.
You're really focused up there.
It is Riz's turn.
Oh, the only other thing is, because I use an unarmed strike as part of my main attack, and I'm holding my sword, I get +2 to my armor class.
Top it
Ain't
off.
no thing. Just
Top it off.
Sure.
BT dubs 21 AC.
That's amazing. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think the first one was 25.
Oh, reaction? And then it could be 27, my bad.
Machine.
Or 26 with the sucker punch, is that right?
It could be, yeah, I mean, I'll see if I'm attacked.
That's true.
Nik-Nak at this point is
Why
just
would you
like,
touch me
okay,
after this?"
okay.
Your shit go nuts! Yeah, everyone's taking this way too to
You're
heart
like double
here.
thinking everything now. You're like,
This is what the
What have I
fate does
done?
to people.
Should we ever go nuts?
Maybe kobold philosophy doesn't translate to everyone philosophy.
Well, you're so small, the damage is different.
First hit was 25, and then I think it was 19 and 50.
Wow, that's just amazing.
It was a lot.
That's
Riz
wild.
kind of like reaches out and pats you on the shoulder, and he's like, "I'll see you in there," and he kind of disappears in a little swirl of air as he casts.
Where did everyone go?
Taunting step? He will appear on the other side of that. Yeah, there you go. So that that red cap now has disadvantage on all attacks against anyone other than Riz. And Riz is also going to pull, because that was his bonus action, he's going to pull out the Wind Razor longsword and take a slash at him. With advantage, because he's still prone. 16 plus... Yes, that hits. That is just 8 damage. He did not roll very well. But kind of in the spirit of the go fucking nuts, Riz also just appears out of nowhere, slashes at the red cat, and is like, "Let's fucking go!"
I don't care who hears.
It is Caldera's turn. She's gonna do her best to fight up against Anara. And she just suddenly, like, out of nowhere, this, like, dark purple and black, just rush of blades and fists comes at her. She reaches back, and you see that she has a, kind of like just the hilt of a sword on her hip, and she kind of, like, draws it, and it sort of, blade of fire kind of materializes. Kind of like orange, yellow, much more bright and kind of radiant energy as opposed to like fire. But she kind of like pulls that out and swings that sword up at you for a natural 2. That's not gonna hit.
Upset.
Okay, one sec.
Yeah.
1 second.
Hold.
I believe that I
Punch.
can do sucker punch,
Yeah.
which I can add it. I can do it even if the attack was going to miss anyway, right? I don't have to do it only when it hits.
No, you can do it. So
Does
long
it
as you
look
were
like-
attacked.
Yeah. Does it look like she's going to attack again?
Yes, she has 2 attacks, and she kind of winds up for another swing.
Okay. How likely is it she's going to get like a 27?
I mean,
I'd say the chances
Well,
are probably slim.
Not
Yeah.
as likely as
On
you
the
killing
lower
her
side.
with your reaction attack and getting a crit with
She
a
missed the first
17 or
attack.
higher.
She
Alright,
did.
I'm going to leave it for now.
All right.
You can crit on still because of the lucky strike.
Yeah, that's true. No, it's not gonna hit either. She rolled a 3.
nice.
Okay, now I am going to use something.
Just making sure. Just making sure. Yeah.
Please.
So that means that
Just like
Just a code, I'm not allowed to
Get
kill
real.
you until you
Just-
please try
Yeah,
to
yeah, we gotta give you a fair shot.
Yeah.
So I'm adding my dexterity to my AC. If the attack misses, I can make an unarmed strike with a -5 penalty.
Mm-hmm.
But if I hit, I get +10 to the damage.
Jeez.
It's like 2 feet in 1.
Let's go.
So it's probably gonna miss. 5 plus 8, 13.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So worth a try.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
You're on a hot streak.
It is like a quick, just like again, flurry of movements, just as described. And she kind of like sweeps at you, but you're just nimble enough.
We're
to
going
avoid
nuts!
both swings. Tem, you're up.
All right.
Coming out of the closet.
Yeah. As per usual, Tem a little bit flustered as everyone has just run screaming out into the
You got flashbangs. Had to adjust your
Tem's
monocle.
like, you know, I guess. Let's go! Run on in. As he kind of like,
So liberating.
I guess, kind of like trips over the threshold of the smashed door. I think what flavor it is. Like Tem kind of stumbles, trips a little bit, and then involuntarily kind of like trumpets out of his trunk to cast Gale Bolt at this one all the way up. And it's just like the chaos of going last in this mess of a encounter.
Absolutely. Please roll the hit. As he just now realizes that he's nowhere near.
Yeah.
As the blindness goes away.
Wait till he turns
Yeah.
around and sees what's going on.
25 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah, great. So it's gonna be 2d8, and then it has to make a strength save. DC is 16.
22.
So it saves. That's fine. It won't move, but it takes 8 thunder damage.
Hell yeah.
Trunk attack.
As the big floppy like red hat he wears gets like blown over and pushed into his face. Pushes it out of his face. Turns around and sees what's going on and immediately just Anything else, Tim?
No, that's it.
Top of the round, Harmony, you're up.
All right. Since I have my lyre out already, I'll just kind of see Tem's Gale Bolt turn. You're not getting away, and like, and I'll just.
Harmony's had her first taste of blood.
And just pluck a few strings, and all the strings on the lyre start to turn red, and then pull my little ball of fire off of the strings and just throw it right behind the Gale Bolt at this gnome also, and I'll like hurl a little fiery orb at them. Let's see, that is I rolled a 10. God damn it! I shouldn't have used it. I chanced it. It was a 10.
10 does not hit. Luckily goes. Right, now that he's turned around, you can see he immediately like ducks underneath the ball of fire.
Ah!
You me
Let's see. I'll turn around to Zakkai. Okay, well, you finish them off and give a little.
All right, I will.
It's a little cinder kind of flies off the end of the leftover string and just kind of I flick the string and a little cinder flies off. It's like, and you get inspiration.
It burns a little bit, but there's a little. You almost have like a little mole of like glass now,
Oh.
as the fire kind of like superheated the sand. Anything else, Harmony?
No, that's it.
Zakkai, you're up with Nik-Nak on deck.
Did you specifically want me to go after the one that you guys were? Okay. Can
What you wanna
I
do?
think the rule is go nuts at this point.
Yeah.
Yes.
The rule is no rules.
do I also get 45 feet of movement?
I think it's just that round.
Oh, for the
From the
duet.
The duet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna rush forward.
Oh, it does say until the end of your next turn. Yeah.
Nice.
Sick. Okay. I'm gonna start rushing forward. I'm gonna say, Anara, boost me.
What am I doing?
I want to jump over and then just like flank.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, so yeah, if I hear
I'm
that,
just doing it
I'll just kind of
acrobatically,
like,
cool.
I'll like kind of
Tabletop a little.
down on one knee so he can jump over. And...
Yeah, I'll
Jump up to one of the stools, up onto the table, up onto like the middle of Anara's back, and flip over before you kind of like land.
stairs. Yeah, so I'll land, and then as I land, I'm gonna slice, booming blade with the first, and then my offhand, just a regular.
This is the worst day of these people's lives.
Yeah, and we still don't even know this situation.
Okay, dirty 20.
Hits.
Now remind me, booming blade at level 5
You
is
have to
the
add 1d8. to
1d8
damage.
at level 5 because it's supposed to go up at levels 5.
Well, you add 1d8
11.
damage on top of the rest of your thing, and
Uh-huh.
then when he moves, it then
Oh,
does
'cause
2d8.
Originally, it was only if they move, and now it's on the first hit, and then they move. to
Correct.
2d8. Okay,
Correct.
perfect. Cool. So slice. It'll be 1d8 for thunder. 6 thunder, and I don't remember what my base damage is. It is a d4 plus 4. 2. 6 more damage, and then I'm going to hit my second attack. It's not gonna hit. Dirty 10, or not dirty.
Dirty.
It's very
It's a dirty 10. It's a 10.
It's Zakkai. It's
That is-
always dirty.
Yeah, it's always dirty.
He'll show you a dirty 10.
Does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh wait, what is this for?
That was the inspiration.
That's,
Your bardic.
that's the bardic inspiration.
Can I have? No, I don't think it's gonna hit.
Yeah, probably,
It's not gonna hit.
probably worth saving it.
Okay, cool. But I hit her with the booming blade at least, so I'm pretty satisfied.
She immediately kind of like.
Oh wait, we're flanking.
Oh yeah, you do have
Sure.
advantage.
Oh,
You have the bardic.
That's much better. It's more than the first one. 23.
Oh, then yes, hits.
nice.
3 more damage because you don't get the modifier on top of
No,
the second
the
hit,
offhand.
right? Okay.
Zakkai, how you want to do? Or show us how it's done.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm running it, Anara, and then I boost over and I slice. On the second slice, the head right off.
Hey.
It tumbles,
I mean,
hits the ground.
yeah.
I land in a 3-point landing. How was that, Harmony?
That was
Wow.
good.
That was nuts.
That
Good
was
job.
fucking nuts.
As you slice her, like kind of like obviously the
You,
blood and
you
just
did
sort of
most
kind
of
of
the
like
time.
gushing out. It's like you broke a glow
Twisted
stick
her
in
neck
half.
and
Yeah.
It's like
Whoa.
this
Let me get it.
yellow,
Whoa.
like kind of like
I,
glowing.
I mean, like,
liquid
I
that's kinda, like,
completely
spurting out
unscrewed
of
that
it.
for you, and then you just finish it
Yeah.
But
You loosened it.
60 points.
Yeah. I show up. 15.
We are just supporting characters in this room.
Yeah. Anything else, Zakkai?
That's my go.
Nik-Nak, you are up.
Okay. See, I'm gonna take a look around the room, and I'm gonna see her weapon sort of like glow, and then these two, what are these, like gnomes? You said?
Yeah, they're red caps.
Oh, okay. And like seeing their like butcher knives like glow will give me an idea, and I'll look over at the Harangon that Hops is fighting, and I'll take out my gun, give it a spin, and then I'll point it at the Harangon, and I'll click, and it'll seem almost like the gun misfires, and a little bit of smoke starts coming out of like the end of it, and I'll like drop it, and I'll blow the smoke. It will coalesce in the air, get over to his fork and into the fork, which will start glowing red hot as I cast heat metal on it.
Nice.
Does he have to make a save to hold on to it?
He does not have to make a save. He can just choose to drop it, but if he doesn't drop it, he's gonna get hurt.
Gotcha.
No save involved. So he will take 2d8, 12 damage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's still like glowing hot. And this guy's still alive?
He's still alive.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh wait, no, sorry.
No, he's
Satyr?
unconscious.
No,
Yeah,
Satyr
he's down.
is-
he's
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
He's down.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
I
one
hellish
and this
rebuked
one.
the shit.
That
out of
one's
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of his goat fur is singed off.
Did he also like
mother would be
neon,
proud.
like glow kind of like ooze out like the other guy did, or,
No,
or
just
okay.
that woman.
Okay.
Caldera? Did they call it?
Caldera.
Calder, what the Calder. And then I will just have Hops run up and support Riz. Sledge. Let's see, sorry.
You said Hops.
Got my buddy on my mind. Okay. Yeah, Sledge will go over and support them too.
Make you make an attack or
No. That was my bonus action.
Awesome.
Oh wait. No, yeah, he will. What
Yeah,
am
I was
I? What
gonna
am I
say,
thinking?
Sledge can
What am I
make
thinking? Yeah, he's gonna sledgehammer.
Follow
him down.
Roll hit.
I think you got advantage.
Yeah, he's prone, so you can.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah.
prone.
And flank.
Probably won't do it.
Triple damage.
17.
Hits.
Four force damage. And yeah, that'll be my turn.
That red cap is going to make a swipe at Harmony. As well.
Deflect attack from Sledgehog.
That's disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Nope, that's not gonna hit. Unless an 11 hits you. He has one
Take a
more
spell slot
attack.
from you. They take a spell slot from you.
Mhm.
Oh, neat. That's cool.
Leave me alone.
That red cap swings twice, misses both times. That red cap on the other end is going to close it right behind Zakkai and kind of. Zakkai, you like angle yourself and you're trying to like. It's almost that moment where you're not sure who to shoot because there's both the hair guns. It looks so similar. Around it first, and you feel, you hear it first. You just hear this distant like. As a little tiny gnome just launches himself onto your back. And, try to attack you.
It's a flanking chain.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, is he technically flanking?
Yeah,
Zakkai?
because his allies
Yeah.
right there.
19 damage.
That does hit.
Silvery barbs. Not my friend, you bitch. My duet partner.
8.
Damn,
Still hits.
Oh, damn it.
Sorry.
Who's getting the
Who
advantage?
gets the advantage?
I think
Give it to Basil.
Hops is
Yeah.
next.
Yeah.
Hops is next to attack.
Yeah, I'll do that.
3 slashing damage, 7 fire damage.
Okay.
As like this, like the knife like sticks into you, and that doesn't really get to you because like I don't know, chalk it up to sand body. As like the blade kind of like climbs up on your back, but then as he stabs you, the blade like gets hotter and hotter.
Ow! Stop that!
We can sneak up on you too. He's gonna roll again for another attack.
You're gonna regret that.
You made 2 attacks.
That was
And
his
it's
second.
glass.
Yeah.
A little glass.
You're just gonna have little like glass-looking scars now.
That's
Bling,
right.
bling,
Glass.
It's a glass muffin.
Next is Time Bubble Hops. He's gonna try to break the grapple. This is action. He'll make a.
Oh.
Make another.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
He would have had to make a Constitution saving throw or drop it if it can be dropped.
Mm, okay.
Sorry.
No, retroactively, I'll do the con save. 9.
Drops it.
Drops his fork halberd there. So, make a athletics check.
Let's check, you say. Let's do it. Great. Sick. Dirty 20.
He does not succeed in getting away from you. But he does like flail and kind of like push it. This is a mess of like feet and hands and faces and. But I will say, actually, he's gonna. insight check real quick. There's just a whole scuffle of like back and forth before like in the middle of all that, and you're doing that, just going to town on before you do hear very familiar older Herringon voice before just kind of like shouting at you. Just like, stop, get over here.
I'll get you this time, old man.
Basil?
Papa, time. You're alive?
You're alive?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? That's his turn. Basil, you're up.
I turn around and I see the guy like looking at like Zakkai, and I was like, Tom, what are you? I just toss it to the ground, and I just take my leg and I just Eldritch blast the guy on his back. Just two beams, just boom. Sick.
Would you still have advantage if you needed it from the?
I think both
Silvery barbs.
are hitting with at least a 21 and a 23.
Yes.
Sick. 2d10s. For a 10 on one, and then a 6 on the other. So just see from my like leg cannon, just this like blue and like purple green beam just like shoot out and just like Shocking grasps this dude and just kind of twitch out from him.
Just for funsies and for flavor, just had him roll a dex save as you like throw those Eldritch Blasts at him. Just because he's up on the shoulder, it's not exactly it's kind
Shot
of
him off.
precarious.
It's very light.
He launches right off.
I'll deal with you. Just a second. What are you doing here?
They just like
As you shoot him, Time kind of turns around and looks at the red cat that you just shot and like reaches his hand out and is like, Tarsal, stop hitting my friends!
Friends.
Oh.
It's too late.
That one's heads off.
Well,
Anything else, please?
Oops.
everybody freeze.
Alright. Say you're unconscious. Anara, you're up.
We're all in this now.
Well, we went fucking nuts.
I'm super disappointed because I was going to do the like the flanking like long line. I was going to go behind do like a long flanking line, but I'm jumping 1, 2, 18 plus 9 is 27.
Hits.
14 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
Flurry of blows.
Alright.
Anara's locked in.
Going in.
She's going fucking nuts.
She's got
That's
thrills.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
I'm trying to
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
How many?
The body next to him.
Show us how it's done.
Yes.
So
Maybe.
1 slash and then spin slightly backwards and then just kick him over and finish it up.
Not his
Yeah, like-
tiny little body.
It's like, like
Crunch.
ragdoll kind of like runs over, flops over on the ground.
And then I
It's
spin around and
unconscious.
say to Basil, what did you say?
Time out. Think we need a timeout, everybody.
Wait, why?
What?
This is my dad.
What?
What?
Right.
The other red cat on the other side. What?
Who are you?
Well, are they all bad guys or not?
I don't know. Dad, what are you doing here?
I work here.
What do you mean you work here? We went through a Fey portal into by the underground of the glitz and glamour. Are you working for them?
Yeah.
Why?
Very well.
What?
What are you doing here? You're alive.
Well, yeah, you're alive.
Is that guy still fighting us?
Who's that guy?
That's Scapula.
Point at the last red cat. Is he still fighting or?
He's kind of just standing there, kind of confused, and just
Well, are
holding
they?
up the butcher knife, just kind of.
Are we done?
Are they just coerced into working for a criminal organization? Should we stabilize them?
Where's Mom?
That one doesn't have a head.
That one might be too far gone.
Well, yeah.
Where's Paprika?
That was my bad.
I'll turn around and see if I can stabilize the one I just kicked.
All right.
Just put the head back on.
Last time I saw people that were in this group, they tried to kill us.
We may have gone too nuts.
It was self-defense.
I just tripped.
All 10 day was.
As long as they're not in combat anymore.
I'll say also the combat.
Took a
invasion
tippy
orders.
tumble.
Yeah.
Pause.
Okay,
tippy tumble
I'll
tam.
kneel over. You say like.
Yeah.
I'll try and with a medicine check. I'll try and stabilize.
I guess I would look down to that guy and be like, well, don't move till we figure out what's going on.
Okay. You don't move till we figure out what's going on.
Dad,
Six-
stop.
Okay.
And I just kind of like that. And it's like, stop. You're embarrassing me.
I'm just
You're
like,
able to kind of. Anara's medicine check, I imagine, is like check pulse, check vitals, nothing.
He's fine.
Just smack him before he's.
He's fine. He's not gonna die.
okay.
Okay.
What's
Well,
What's going? I look around. Are there any other?
Your dad kind of like stands up a little bit, looks around like. Scapula, you okay? Gimbal, you okay? He kind of looks down at the satyr.
Gimbal's
who's
not okay.
Who's unconscious, passed out.
Kaldara's not okay.
Should, are they...
Yeah, Matilda's not gonna like this.
You're working with
Well,
Matilda?
Well,
She doesn't
that's all right.
really like us already, so.
Is she the one that sells rabbit parts?
Yeah, Dad.
your own people?
Dad. Dad.
We got a lot to catch up on. And we'll pick up their next.
Aww.
It's fun playing the sun.
Wow.
Aww.
Nice.
Well, that one didn't stand a chance.
Oops.
No.
Quickly identified that as the leader, and we were like, yeah.
I'm on it.
Fuck with his head.
Sherman, you said go fucking nuts, and so you did.
Sure
Was,
did.
did you have
Yeah,
in
I-
mind like a whole sort of like conversation that could happen if we
Didn't.
didn't go
Chatted.
in like guns blazing?
Oh, it's a bread box. We're fine, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I had stuff that you would hear if you would listen and overheard them talk.
Well.
Well,
If it isn't the consequences of our own actions.
Oh, listening?
the one time we
Well,
didn't
his
stop.
dad's alive.
I know.
These are the
That's true.
consequences
You
of
don't-
player agency.
Yeah.
You know?
But you know
Yeah,
what?
at least
I don't
It
regret
takes
it.
one
him
person
for
to
that
deliver
was
a
so
message.
fun.
I'm proud of
That
us
was so
for
fun.
doing something.
Yeah.
We did something.
We did
We
something.
are people of action.
Yes.
Oops.
Probably a little bit more entertaining
Sorry,
than the
Scapula.
constant research of
Yeah,
our
but the
lives.
entertainment.
Door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is your real
Absolutely.
name.
Caldera, Gimbal, Tarsal,
Gimbal.
and Scapula.
Tarsal, love it.
Sledgehog has
Yeah.
no idea who you're talking to.
So sad.
It's like, huh?
That was fun.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Terragia. Join us next time, where we will have even more family drama coming at you in rabbit form.
Violence!
Until then, go fucking nuts.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.